everyone loves to hate. They're an arch rival. We've hated them for years, and boy, what a time to be facing them. What a moment in the season. What a defining game it could be for our season, and the way that they're rolling at the moment, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting, and obviously there's some massive outs from our point of view. It's now been confirmed that Dustin Martin, Jacob Hopper, Jaden Short, Nathan Broad due to suspension. These four guys definitely won't be playing. Tom Lynch isn't 100% by all reports, so we're going in undermanned, but I really think this could be the game where we just go, you know what? Let's just put it all out there. It's a free hit out in a sense that if we lose, Richmond missing, 4 or 5 really good players. If you win, then the narrative is completely the other way around. I think there could be that sense of, I'm not sure how to describe it best, but I really think this is a massive opportunity for us. And Collingwood, right now seem unbeatable, but every team is beatable when they're playing a system that's very similar to ours, and especially what we've been in the past and what we're trying to bring back this season. So if there's any team that knows how to combat that, it's us. And I really feel like we're smart enough to know how to slow Collingwood's ball movement down. Because I feel like that's their thing at the moment. They go through the middle of the ground, they're fast, they score high, but they don't stop their opposition from scoring that well either. So we can really damage them on that side of the ground too, because we've got some dangerous forward targets. I mean, yes, Dustin Martin's not playing, but Noah Cumberland will no doubt come in for Dusty, so I presume. You've still got Tom Lynch down there. You've got Jack Rewalt down there. You've got Shea Bolton down there. Tim Taranto down there. Like when at certain stages throughout the game, Jack Graham still plays down there. Morris Rioli. Like we've got these options, targets, and ways to go about the game that I think we can really damage them on the scoreboard. And then it's just trying to hurt them the other way around. Brody Myercheck potentially won't play. That would help heaps. It just frees up another defender. And with Nathan Broad not playing and he's such a key part to our backline. With him not playing and Myercheck potentially not playing, that would kind of cancel each other out, I would have thought. So that'll help, but you can't rely on injuries and players not pulling up for Collingwood. You've got to beat whoever's on the park on the day. And it's as simple as that. And Collingwood will be saying the same thing. They don't care that we're missing good players. That doesn't faze them. They're going to come out and do the same thing regardless. So we've really got to strategize, and I don't know, I think go into this with the right mindset as well, because there's going to be 90,000 at the G, no doubt, Friday night. I mean, it's Wednesday, the day of recording, and at this stage, it's all sold out. GA, you can't get a GA ticket anymore. It's all gone. It's same as what the Carlton game was in the build-up. So I'm hoping we actually get to the 90,000 this Friday night, and I can't see any reason why we shouldn't or why we can't. It's just all about getting it done now. So it's going to be huge. There's no need to put any emphasis on how big this game actually is, and some of the matchups I think will be really interesting. I mean, you've got Darcy Moore that will know, well, in my head would go to Tom Lynch, but then you've got a 6'9" Samson Ryan that looks like he'll get another run around. It'd be ridiculous if we don't pick him again. And I just feel like with height as well is another way we can expose these guys, because they've got the one ruckman at the moment in Darcy Cameron, who, yes, is very serviceable and he played well last week, but he's not in your top tier of the AFL ruckman, if that makes sense. So I'm not overly concerned about him. They've obviously got some other stars around the ground. Nick Dacos is the one everybody's talking about at the moment. It's his second year and already talks about him being the best player on the comp, winning the Brownlow, this and that. He's just another player, guys. Like, he's just another player. Yes, he's dangerous. Yes, we have to worry about him, but he's a young kid who's playing very good football at the moment, but he's not unstoppable. I don't see any reason why we can. Other teams have tried tagging him, it didn't work. It's like, yeah, but he's just a good player, and that happens sometimes. So that doesn't mean you just don't try or you just let him get off on a leash. And I know we don't tag notoriously, but if he's getting off early and having a great game, why not? Why don't we go with that option? I was watching AFL 360 earlier, or Fox Footy and whatever show it was, and Jordan Lewis was talking about it with Eddie Betts, and they were tossing up different players that could potentially go to him. I think Lewis was saying Cochin, he's got these footy smarts, he runs, he'll go all day with your Koch, and he's hard at it as well, so that could be an option. I think Robbo said Liam Baker could be an option because he would run all day. I don't know if I'd want Baker or Koch to do the hard tag, but I think that someone could definitely put a body on him and just keep him accountable. I don't think the hard tag is necessary. I don't think it works as well as what some people think it does, but keeping someone accountable, putting a body on him, and who knows, you know. And then you got his brother Josh on the wings with side bottom as well, and they're both very attacking wingmen. They score. They like to get in up front and score as well, hit the scoreboard and get it deep forward. And I think our wingmen, Camden and Pickett, are both very defensive, which almost works in the sense that, you know, they're attacking, we're defensive, so they cancel each other out. So if we can be more defensive than they can offensive on the night, then I think that's going to put us in really good stead as well. So our wingmen are going to have a massive, massive role, and I think they will spend more time in the back half of the ground. They do a lot of that anyway, I know, but I think that probably more so on Friday night, just due to the numbers that we've got. And then, you know, there's the talk, who does Richmond bring in? Who do we bring in? Well, let's go through who we're missing and then who I think could potentially replace them. And this, you know, by no means is exactly who's going to come in or out, but it's just my thoughts anyway. So, I mean, for Dustin Martin, you would say Noah Cumberland. I mean, by all reports, Dusty was the only reason Cumberland wasn't getting a game. That's what Dimmer said in the press conference, that they play the same sort of role, same position, and that's what's holding him out. So if that's all true, then you'd say Cumberland comes in for Dusty. Nathan Broad's out and Short's out as well. So you've got two backmen there. I've heard people talk, and there's been whispers that Biggie Nguyen is going to be one of those players that the club has a lot of faith in going forward, and that they've got high hopes for him. He dominated on the weekend in the VFL, so I could see him coming into the side. But then there's a Ben Miller as well, who's proven at AFL level, and he's done enough to give him another chance as well. So then there's that option, but they don't really cover that. Well, they cover, one of them could cover Broad's role, but then in terms of Short with that bit of run and carry, you're not going to get that as much with those two. Maybe a bit more Biggie than you will Ben Miller for sure. But then you've got Banks that could come in and he can play a role there, or on the wing even if he needs to a little bit. Then for the midfield side of things, with Hopper being out, you've obviously got Jack Ross that's been the emergency at certain stages. You've got Tyler Sonzi that I'm not surprised he hasn't gotten a game, but I'm surprised he hasn't gotten more of a mention or more of a look in. I think Sonzi could be a great option for us as well. Who else is there? I mean, we've got an abundance of people that can come in and fill these roles. And I think this is a great chance for these younger guys to really make a name for themselves and step up, because, yes, the odds are against us, but we've been the underdogs before against the Pies and we've managed to get up and win. So I don't see any reason why we can't do it again on Friday night. Players that I'm expecting a bit from, I want to say someone like a Tim Taranto, but he's given us a lot the first 2 weeks. I want to see that consistency and keep that going, but I'm not necessarily saying I need to see him lift. Shea Bolton is the one for me. We saw what he did last year when Dusty wasn't playing, and he was getting those comparisons early, like, oh, this guy is, Shea Bolton, he's in the next Dustin Martin for Richmond. He's popping up, he's exciting, he kicks goals, he can run through the midfield. And then, he was All-Australian, had a great season, no doubt, but his first 2 games this year, not that have been bad, but they haven't been to what we're sort of expecting or hoping to see from Shea. And I think this is the perfect opportunity for him to just say, you know what, there's a reason I was All-Australian last year. There's a reason why people are really rating me and hyping me up, and it's because I'm a gun. And I think this is the best opportunity for him to step up and, kick his 3 or 4 or get a run through the midfield and get clearance after clearance. I mean, he's got that ability. We've seen it through stages in his career. And I think this could be, I don't want to say a breakout game because he's broken out as a player already, but a breakout game for this season, let's call it. So I really think he could do that. And I think we're going to need him to do something special like that as well if we're going to give ourselves a chance, because Collingwood's midfield is very strong. And when we know this, you've got guys like DeGoey, Crisp, Pendles will run through there, no doubt in my mind. You've got Taylor Adams that'll go through there. Who else? There's Tom Mitchell, Brownlow medalist. I know we've got Cochin and a Brownlow medalist, but Tom Mitchell probably more recently. So there's others as well that are going to go through there and have a damaging effect on the game. I think our ball use off the back line is going to be really important, that run and carry. And I think we were cleaner against Adelaide, minus that lapse in the third quarter, but we really can't do what we did against Carlton and waste opportunities up forward, because we're not going to get away with it. Plain and simply, we're not going to get away with it against the Pies. They're a great side, and we're going to capitalise. So that's pretty much it. It's an interesting game. I don't really know how to feel about it, because I think if we had our full side and you go in feeling different, it's more of like the eagerness, the excitement. But I think when you're missing these players, you start to get a bit worried, a bit nervous. But I'm in that weird in between where I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also really excited for what we could do with the list that we've got and the players that we're going to have in, because it's the unexpected, and nothing quite surprises people like the unexpected. So I'm excited for that. It is Dimmer's 300th. Let's please not forget that. Dimmer's 300th game as coach of the Richmond Footy Club. And, geez, what a ride that has been. I mean, I'm not going to get into it all in this video. We all know what he's done. 3-time premiership coach. I mean, I think within a year or two of coming in, we played finals for the first time in years. And he's had a profound impact on our club and the playing group. I think most of the players, if not all of them, love playing under Dimmer as well. So speaks wonders for the character and the man that he is, and he's really changed the way the Richmond Footy Club goes about things for the better, no doubt. So congrats to Dimmer on his 300th. But that's pretty much it. I'll wrap it up there. Please, please, please head over to Pressure Point's page. I did a great combined 22 team with a good mate of mine, Jimmy Driscoll, and he's a Pies man. I'm obviously a Richmond man, and we did a combined best 22. Not necessarily happy with the way I went about it. I should have been a bit more firm and got a couple of extra plays in that list that I didn't quite get. So go over there, have a watch. Let me know what you guys think about that. I know there's going to be a few players that you think are in there, and they're probably the same ones that I regret not getting in there. So either way, go across, watch that. Let me know. It's some great viewing. The game's only, from now, it's 2 nights away, so I can't wait. I'm over the moon about the opportunity we get to play such a great club so early on. Because as much as we hate them and as much as we want to absolutely bury them, we can't deny that Collingwood, especially right now, are a great club and they're playing some seriously good footy. So let's try and get out there. I know the game's already sold out technically, but if you can get to the game or if you are going to the game, let's be super vocal. We already saw Craig McRae talk about how Collingwood's 100,000 members are louder than ours, and I think that just might be a bit more daft than ours and a little bit, missing a few more brain cells than some of ours. So let's get there and get really loud, really vocal, and let it be known that the Tiger Army is there and we're ready to back our boys in. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate everything and all the support I've gotten recently as well. I feel like now more so than ever, I'm getting messages from everybody. We're having conversations. It's great. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving the things that are going on within this Richmond community, and it's really building strong. I'll knock the mic. It's really building strong as a community, and I'm absolutely loving it. So thank you again for watching. Check out all the links in the bio if you can. Like, subscribe, share with a mate. Help grow the channel, because all the support means the world to me. And until the Collingwood preview... No, this is the Collingwood preview. The Collingwood review. Well, hopefully we're talking about a famous Richmond win. Go Tigers.